Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name is Bob Waldron, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Games Workshop's new Primaris Chaplain. This is for Warhammer 40k in 28mm scale. Box art looks rather cool. On the back it does show you some really sort of nice sort of colour call out, and really nice detail of it all painted up. So let's just open this up and see what we get. It's around about, I forgot now, around about £22.50 or something like that. Little bit on the expensive side, but they are the new Primaris. First off, in the box we get some instructions, we get one sprue, we get one base and a set of these command decals. Looking at these decals, they are pretty much standard throughout the range, same sort of decals you get throughout all the sort of characters and stuff. It is all nicely in registry, and they do go on rather well. And as you can see, each one's named as Captain, Apothecary, Librarian, so it is a standard set of decals. Base as usual. Looking at the actual plastic itself, first off we've got this nice cloak going on around here, looking kind of nice and smooth, no sort of imperfections in the plastic. We've got a bit of detail going around it. Legs are in a single pose, as pretty much everything is with these Primaris, which is a bit of a shame, but they do look amazing. We've got some nice detail on here. You can see how the legs are a little bit different to your standard Primaris, because it's a bit more sort of smoother than on the knee pads and everything. We've got some nice detail around shoulder pad and the actual weapon itself. The shoulder pad is attached to the arm, which could be a problem in sort of trying to give you different poses if you want to go down that route. We've got a nice sort of book here, and you can see a couple of pages sort of in there. Separate shoulder pad here. We've got the front part of this cloak area and the body area. Really sort of cool how they've got all this sort of flapping around and detail on the actual his coat, and there's no pistol in there because he's holding it, which is cool. And we've got this sort of like rib bony detail, and then we have I think you can have, we've got a skull here. I don't think that's his face, but his face is over here with a hood over it, which looks rather cool. But this skull does look quite cool. I'm not sure where that goes, but we'll find out in the instructions in a bit. So yeah, the plastic looks cool. Flash, there is as usual always that little bit of flash here and there, but it's not sort of overpowering. It is kind of like faint flash as we look around. Should be pretty easy to sort of get rid of. Quick look at our instructions here. Right, let's just zoom out a little bit. Right, first off, yeah, you've got a nice bit of the artwork on the front. Moving along, boom, there's your instructions. One little page of instructions. It should be absolutely cinched to put together. I am seeing there's going to be a problem with the two halves of our coat coming together. Probably going to have to get some filler on there to get that looking seamless, but we'll have a crack at that in a bit. And then some nice colour call outs just here. Then we have, as usual, some actual stats for this, which, looking at this, is sort of like a bit of a bog standard character. Good weapon skill at 2+, 5 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership 9. He does have that nice sort of bit of an overpowered bolt pistol, which is strength 5, -1 AP. He does have his melee weapon, which does give him that extra +1 strength, which it can really sort of make the difference, really. I mean, he's got strength 4. That +1 strength could mean the difference between a 4+ to wound compared to maybe a 3+ to wound. It can be quite good. It does have a -1 AP and 2 wounds, so not bad weapon there. He does have the cool sort of ability he has is when he sort of goes in to say hand-to-hand combat with a squad, it gives that squad re-rolls on failed hit rolls, which can be quite beneficial for any sort of unit within 6 inches. He does have a bit of a leadership ability where all friendly units within 6 inches get to use his leadership characteristics when taking morale checks, which isn't really much of a brilliant ability, because let's be honest with you, these Primaris Marines, you know, they come with sergeants, they get like leadership 8. I mean, most of the times it's going to be impossible for you to fail leadership morale checks anyway, and they also have that rule of they shall not know any fear, so they get to re-roll them anyway. So not a major buff, but what he also gets is a really cool 4+ invulnerable save. That is going to be a nice little extra ability, and he's around about a 6 power rating as well. So I'm going to now build this, and we're going to take a look at it once it's built. And so here is our Chaplain, all nicely built up. Absolutely lovely detail all the way around. When everything comes together, it really brings it alive. Lots of sort of bits coming. Oops, lots of bits coming off it and everything, which sort of livens it up and sort of makes it better than just being just 2 molds coming together and it being one piece. All these different pieces really do make that stand out. And as you just noticed, I haven't glued this on. It fits really nice, so you can actually, with this model, which is rather cool, if you've just built it, you don't intend on painting it straight away, you can go off, you can play with it, whatever, put it on display out of the way until you're ready to actually paint it, and then when you do paint it, you can nicely paint all the legs without having to try and get in there with all this jacket he's wearing getting in the way, as well as you can then sort of get underneath here and spray in here, so then, you know, that little bit that you can actually look inside there is all going to be nicely painted. So that is rather a nice feature. So it's definitely a big thumbs up for the Primaris Chaplain. So hopefully you've enjoyed this inbox review of Games Workshop's Primaris Chaplain. So until next time, my name is Bob Waldron, and I hope you've enjoyed.